everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. We will start about a minute or two. We'll let other people come in as they're coming in, and then we'll start. Another minute or two. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Depends where you are in the world. This is Simon with AvaTrade. Welcome to our webinar. And if you could please confirm by typing in the questions window that you could hear my voice and that you can see the page of presentation with AvaTrade logo on it. If you could please confirm that. Can you guys hear me and see the screen? Please type yes into the questions window if you could hear me and if you could see the screen. Thank you. For some reason I'm not getting confirmation. Can somebody please confirm that you could hear me? Not so good sign for you. Okay, Christos. Anybody else? How is the sound? I don't see any issues on my side. How about the video, the screen? Do you see the screen? Okay, screen is okay, and you can hear me better. Okay, okay. All right. So I want to welcome everyone to our weekly webinar, and a special welcome to the first timers. And a few things about myself. This is me, Simon Friedman. I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade. My overall experience is about 22 years. I've been involved with trading for all these years. I started as a proprietary trader back in New York. After that, after 11 years doing full-time professional trading, I moved on to mentoring and educating other traders. And currently, I'm working with AvaTrade, and I try to help customers improve their trading. The agenda of the webinar, it's the same as we do every week. And the idea of this webinar that we come here to ask specific questions on specific assets. So a person asks a question, then we'll discuss it. We'll look at the chart and try to see what's happening. For instance, somebody's asking about euro dollar. We'll try to discuss that instrument, to look at the chart and look for possible scenarios and continuation. These are the channels of AvaTrade. You have Telegram, you have Twitter, and of course, the YouTube channel where you have things recorded and posted. That includes the webinars that are being recorded. You have a lot of tutorials, a lot of educational material on YouTube channel, and it's highly recommended to subscribe to it. And then you can also click on the bell so you'll be notified when new things are being posted to the YouTube channel. Risk warning, you can find the full statement at avatrade.com. And the idea is very simple. We do not suggest any trades. What we do here is purely educational. Okay, so now we'll go into a trading terminal. And we are ready with the questions. And let's try to make it active, dynamic. We'll try to do our best to answer those questions. So who's going to be first asking about specific instrument, guys? Please go ahead. Let's just make it clear. You would have to ask questions in order for us to proceed. And as long as we have questions, we'll continue. And if we run out of questions, we will we'll stop and close the webinar. So anybody has a specific question, please go ahead. It's a long pause. I hope it will stop. So questions, guys? Anything you'd like to bring up? Anybody? All right. I don't get any questions, guys. So I'm gonna have to close the webinar. I'll give it another 3 seconds. Euro, Australian dollar. Okay. Thank you, Etienne. Okay. Let's take a look at Euro, Australian dollar. And the way I usually do these things, that I'll ask the same question back to you and first to hear your opinion. What's your opinion on Euro Aussie? You can write a few few words about it? Tian, you can write anything, your opinion. If you ask the question, that's the way we structure things here, and I'll explain why. You know, it's true we come here to get the answers, but as a trader, I understand that independent thinking is very important. So even until today, I try to collect information and things that are public, and then try to digest it and try to create my own opinion. Okay. Short massive EMAs. Okay. So you're saying at the end that you're looking to short Euro Aussie? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So the way we look at the instruments, we try to really first zoom out and see where the instrument is coming from, and try to understand the big picture, and then zoom in with the smaller time frames and try to make sense of it. So let's start with the monthly chart. We clearly had an uptrend for a while, and then back about a year ago, in February, we broke below that, and we're trying to come up back to this trend line. That's a big picture in a way. On the weekly chart, we had a double bottom here. Right? Then we made a high against the resistance. And now, look how beautiful the chart looks now. And now we're building a very strong support around here. So let me ask you a question, Etienne. Do you still think that you should short Euro Aussie? Based on just 2 minutes of zooming out and zooming in again. Would you reconsider your thought? Feel free to answer that. Etienne? All right, I'll continue. I hope that you answer something. So based on the weekly chart, take a look. We had support here, then we broke through it, then we came right back, confirmed the resistance, and then we came back to retest the low, came back and broke through that resistance. So we're back into this area here. So of course, Euro Aussie can go either way, up or down from this point. But judging by the latest price action here, let's take the daily chart. Take a look. There was a lot of accumulation here. This is the daily chart now. A lot of accumulation, then it followed with a higher high, and then slowly we came back to this level around 154. And now we bounce from here. So yes, you could look into shorting it and then covering close to this line. Or some traders would be looking to buy around these levels, hoping that this support holds and will continue going higher. Of course, this is the technical part, of course. There's a lot of fundamental things that we should take into consideration as well. And that's the strength of the Aussie dollar possibly coming with the China recovering from COVID, and the Chinese market has been very strong lately. Take a look how many sessions will just keep on going higher. So Australian dollar, as you know, it's one of the currencies that called commodity currencies, because Australia is selling a lot of resources, a lot of commodities to China. So that affects the currency. And of course, euro, on the other hand, is also sensitive to certain things, and that the strength of the US dollar and the decisions and actions of European Central Bank and so on. So those things are also to be taken into consideration. And again, technically speaking, we are in the channel in a way. If you take daily chart, we could also draw the line with the resistance around this. That's where this big move stopped. This was the last bullish candle after which we had moved into accumulation or consolidation, whatever you want to call this. So the high here was 156.85. So we have about 285 pips between 154 and 156.85, and we are trading in the channel. And right now, we're pretty much in the middle of it. So at this point, we can go buying and going to the resistance, or we can go shorting and taking it to the support. So we're right in between, and some traders don't like to trade in between. They try to wait till we touch either resistance or support for a better reference. Okay. I hope that was helpful, and let's move to another question. What are we going to discuss next? Feel free, guys, to ask the questions. Anybody? We have a really quiet crowd today. Etienne, you're with us. You can ask another question if you'd like. And I didn't hear your comment on the answer, so feel free to do that if you'd like. Okay, you're welcome. Very welcome. Okay, guys, I'll give it another 30 seconds for the next question. And if we don't have that, we're gonna wrap it up. All right. Thank you for participating, everyone. You sure there's no question? Let's give it another 5 seconds. Otherwise, we're gonna say goodbye. 1 and 2 and 3. Anybody? And 4 and 5. All right. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And we'll be back next week. All the best, guys.